Tata Electronics has signed a deal with Taiwan's Powerchip Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation to set up India's first chip manufacturing plant in Gujarat. PSMC will provide design and construction expertise for the greenfield fab. It will also provide engineering support for the transfer of technologies. The facility will have a production capacity of up to 50,000 wafers a month. Shilpa Ranipeta spoke with Tata Sons chairman N. Chandrasekaran and PSMC's Frank Huang on their partnership.
See, the semiconductor is going to be fundamental for the future because everything is going to be technology driven, data driven. We talk about AI driven, and we will talk about more new terms as we go into the future. But fundamentally, semiconductors power everything. Whether you talk about auto industry, whether you talk about power industry, consumer electronics industry, industrial IoT, medical industry, precision medicine, drones, aerospace. I mean, you can think of any industry from agriculture to very advanced new tech industries. Everything is going to be driven by semiconductors. And so it is fundamental for a country like India to have the capability, because once we have the capability, we will be able to custom design our products, our services, and come out with a lot of innovation. Right. And India has attempted to get into this field for multiple decades, but this has not happened. And currently, Tata Electronics, which was started during COVID in the last 4 years, has set up a huge electronics manufacturing facility and also packaging facility and also assembly and test facilities. But the icing in the cake is the foundry. And this is a very, very important step in India's semiconductor journey. We will produce logic chips, 5 different technologies, technical nodes, and this whole thing has been made possible because of the strong support and partnership we have received from PSMC and Frank. Because worldwide, every company wants to get into this, but it requires know-how, it requires capital, it requires talent, it requires a lot of execution, discipline, and a lot of investment in human resources, and also the ability to build a partner ecosystem, because there are a huge number of companies which all feed into the foundry. So what this will do is to not only establish a very modern, high-end fab in DHOLERA, but it will bring a large number of smaller companies, but technically important companies, which will feed into this ecosystem. And this whole deal has been going on, and obviously this could not have been done without a bold vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, who has led this from the front, and the government has been very proactive in working with the industry and giving confidence to people like PSMC. And this whole thing has moved, right, I would say, quite fast, and we already have started the groundbreaking, and hopefully in the next couple of years or 2.5 years, we should be up and running.
What's the kind of employment this is expected to generate, sir, and how are you dealing with the technological know-how and the skilling that is required for something that is very complex like this?
So we are building the whole training around the semiconductor ecosystem. Already we have close to 50,000 people working in our manufacturing, and this number will grow 4 to 5 times in the next 2 to 3 years. After that, for something like a fab, we need very specialized talent. We have already recruited a lot of people with huge experience internationally, all with 25, 30 years experience. We have assembled a very large team. Now we will be training a lot of engineers. Our first set of engineers are going to Taiwan to work in the PSMC facilities. And so it will require talent at multiple levels, and we are investing on that talent.
But it's more of a technology sharing that you are doing, right? So can you quickly run us through how that is going to happen, and what is the kind of technological expertise that you are lending? And this is a first of its kind partnership when you talk about tech expertise being lent, support in that form. Can you run me through how that is going to work?
Okay, when we talk about this, and we have supported several technology nodes, which I think suitable demand of Indian chip in the next few years, and we both agree. And the first step, and the most important is the choosing partner. I choose the Tata. I think I'm more confident, especially supported by Indian government. There is a world. I want to say there is a World Semiconductor Association. There's a 6 countries: United States, Japan, EU, and Korea, and Taiwan, and China. When I was the chairman of the association, I'm looking for the number 7. That's India. Now we're going to make it 7, not 6. Right. So this is my effort. I think the Indian government and Indian company has showed a very highly interesting, enthusiastic, and effort. I don't know anything about Indian industry. 2 years ago, I was assigned by our former president to come to here, Amit Shah. I don't know nobody. But within 2 years, now I'm going to build a fab in India. That's amazing, because the reason of this, there are several countries, and these 6 countries ask me to support technology, but I'm not that big. I can't focus on one. So I choose India. I have my own reason to do so, because I see the opportunity in India and the need of a chip itself. As the chairman said, if you don't have a chip, everything you make effort, you make it marginal, because all the components import, you are not able to take special control of chip yourself and all these things. I think for the Indian industry to move ahead, you need this technology, you need this fab. But to do that will require everybody's effort. The most important is your Prime Minister, Modi, who want to invest and help and support, making India become important high-tech country, which the bottom line is semiconductor manufacturer.
Right.
So with this and the very strong financial ability and high-tech position of the Tata, and plus us, we 3 become a very tight partner. I think this is going to quite change success.
Right. And what was the idea between this type of a partnership, and going forward, will you also look at maybe investing in the Indian semiconductor in this partnership, or even in general in the India semiconductor opportunity that you just spoke about?
Of course. I personally, the way I feel in India today, that there's a big prospect of a future like I saw it before 10 years ago, 20 years ago, India, China. But I think that step by step, we're going to work together, we develop technology, we may join together, develop the chip design company, all these things. I am very glad that now we have a one fit on India, and that there will be more and more opportunity, because I sense the support of the government, I sense support of major industry in India. I think it also there's, for example, now some Apple handset made in India, all these things is moving. Yeah. So I want to part of this action, and by joining this action on semiconductor. But once this is established, I see what can I do in every area. But no doubt the Tata and the Powerchip, which support the Indian government, we're going to have a strong partnership which makes things working.
Right. So an investment is something that you'll probably consider down the line.
Yes, I like to invest some in India, but with this effort, I begin to understand Indian, so I know what should I do. Before that, I don't know nothing.
Right, understandable. It's the first step for you going forward. Tell us, when can we expect the first chip, to be out?
I am very amazing. There another country near to Taiwan who was trying to plan the fab, but they take time and forever. But I'm surprised I give the whole plan to Tata, they already start to build. And to me, it's amazing,
Right.
without question. Of course, Tata has ability in construction and all these things, which have impressed me so fast that they can do whatever they have to do. I don't have to worry about this. All I have to do is inside the fab, and then you have equipment set up, you training people, you start to move, boom, you can do that.
Right. So what is the capacity that we're looking at, Mr. Wong, and also what are the chips that you will be manufacturing here, and what are the major use case applications that you see for that?
Right now, we have a 5 node up to 22, 28 nanometers, start from 0.13, and in each node, you have a different distinguished chip you need to make. But for this amount of the technology, we believe for the next few years, this kind of technology was sufficient. But if we go to move further, faster, we and the Tata Electronics will find a way to move ahead, and as a joint partnership. Yeah.
Right. How is Taiwan as a country looking at India currently? Because India has such aggressive ambitions when it comes to becoming a semiconductor hub. How is Taiwan as a country looking at India, and can we expect more and more companies to be coming here?
First of all, once I chose India, other countries in the area, very little chance they have to develop their own semiconductor. I be honestly, okay. So right now, I chose India. India has a very big electronic business, high-tech business ahead, and I open the window, open the door that Taiwanese company now understand how to come into India, because we have such a different culture. But I want to smoothly bring up Taiwanese industry, understand Indian, will stay on Indian, because a lot of they coming, but they don't understand and make a lot of trouble themselves. But I guess I'm trying to make up between the Taiwan people and Taiwan company and Indian government, and try to help them to move up. And I asked the minister and the prime minister that something to be done between Taiwan and India. It's good.
Right. So you're sort of opening the door and smoothing the road
Yes.
for more companies to come in.
Yes.
Right. Wonderful. And as you look at the India ecosystem today, manufacturing or a chip, right, it's not just about one facility. There's packaging, there's so much more that's involved in semiconductor manufacturing. So what do you believe India's ecosystem currently is capable of, and what more needs to be done?
Okay. In United States, all over the world, even in Taiwan today, in PSMC, we have a lot of Indian engineers. We know they are capable. Honest opinion, to me, Indian engineer is valuable compared to other countries in Southeast Asia. So I think that with this kind of ability, Taiwan government right now open the window, let the more Indian engineers come to Taiwan to learning and training, and we can some stay in Taiwan, some bring back to India. This is a big opportunity between us.